Your latest football transfer news, and it's all going off today at the start of a new week. We've got Boadi to Man City, we've got Barcola to Liverpool, we've got Bruno G to Arsenal, we've got Osimhen to Chelsea or Spurs. We've also got the latest on Vinicius Jr. as well. So loads to get our teeth into, and it's breaking as it goes. So it's probably good I'm doing a slightly later one today, because Ben Jacobs in the last 20 minutes has said that with regards to Bruno Guimarães' final stages, with movement expected in the coming hours/days for Bruno Guimarães. Also Fabrizio Romano speaking in the last few minutes, saying that club-to-club talks have taken place with Liverpool and PSG. 100 million euros is what Liverpool are looking at. PSG probably want a little bit more than that. But look, also Boadi, personal terms done with Man City. They've now got to agree the deal with Lille. We'll talk about Osimhen in a moment as well. And Vinicius Jr. I think it's safe to say it's game over with Vinicius Jr. I know we had that story on Saturday about Arsenal being close to agreeing personal terms. I feel bad for that source because I think they got it wrong. Maybe it was a guess, maybe it was bad information, but I think they got it very wrong about that. Every indication we're getting today is that Vinicius Jr. wants to stay at Real Madrid. Real Madrid want him to stay there, and Arsenal may well have been that. Use Arsenal to get a better deal where you are. So doesn't look like it's happening. Looks very much like it's game over in relation to Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal. Look, what do you think about that, by the way? Arsenal fans, any other fans? It's got to be worth a try if you're Arsenal, haven't you? I mean, look, when you're doing a deal like that, it's very, very difficult. It's got to be worth a try, I would say. And they've tried. Be interesting to see where they go next. Maybe they could, look at Barcola. I don't know. But let's stick with Arsenal for a moment, because it's going off big time. I mean, I was even joking with True Geordie today, because he was having a pop at Arsenal that they're not going to get a cheap deal. I was going, oh, you're hard. But that was just one example of multiple Newcastle accounts getting very angry with Arsenal, saying that they could have done this deal 2 or 3 weeks ago. They've purposely waited till Bruno Guimarães needs to come back for pre-season training. And look, I think maybe Arsenal have done that. But we don't know the full story, do we? Maybe Newcastle are doing that as well. Maybe Newcastle are pushing it closer to the start of the season, hoping that Arsenal will just pay more. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just going to be about what the fee is. And look, I think if you're Newcastle, you're going to get around 10 million. You're going to be about 10 million, give or take, off what you would like. If you want 70, you might get 60. If you want 80, you might get 70. But you've still done very well out of Tonali and Anthony Gordon, so you've still got a hell of a lot of money to pay anyway. And I think this is looking like it's moving towards the here we go. Like I say, could be very, very close on that deal. And I think it's beneficial for everybody, as I've said before. These deals can end up being like this. Obviously, football fans of clubs can be arseholes. And I do detect on social media there's a bit of Arsenal and Newcastle fans going at each other. Newcastle fans obviously very protective of their club, and Arsenal fans can be quite, superior. They are the champions of England. But it looks like it's going to happen, and it is going to come down to price. He's just not going to stay at Newcastle, is he? He is going to go. So expect that one to resolve itself this week, especially with the Premier League starting 2 weeks on Friday for Arsenal, and Bruno Guimarães now being back from pre-season training from the World Cup. Arsenal will want to get that one done quickly. As we said with Arsenal and Vinicius Jr., it's looking very unlikely now. So where Arsenal go next is quite interesting. But looking very, very unlikely on that one. On Barcola, and look, this is an update today. This is an update in the last few minutes, to be fair, and it's to do with Barcola, and it's to do with Liverpool. Remember, Fabrizio Romano has said all along that Liverpool are... just had a here we go as well. Como reached verbal agreement to sign Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea. Here we go. Club-to-club agreement in place for €30 million deal, 6 million in add-ons. Chelsea making a bit of money there. But this is what Romano said about Barcola. I understand official club-to-club talks between Liverpool and PSG have started. That is a development. That is a breakthrough. That is, we know that Barcola wants to come to Liverpool, but now that those talks are taking place between clubs, the stages of a transfer will be personal terms agreed with the player, then onto the club, then here we go, then official, etc. So Liverpool moving through with Barcola, and they'll want to do that because there is potential issues. If Arsenal don't get Vinicius Jr., they might come looking, or someone else might come looking. So Liverpool obviously locking in on Barcola and moving through. Liverpool indicated initial bid value of over €100 million, but still far away from PSG requests. Talks are on. Barcola wants Liverpool, as exclusively revealed since May. So that's moving nicely for Liverpool. And again, that's another possible here we go coming through very, very soon by the sounds of it. And just on Manchester City very quickly before I talk to you about Osimhen.